Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm about to do a reading. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is trickery and games, or is it genuine? Ooh. Ooh wee. That sounds intense. That sounds very intense. Let me just get the cards ready. That sounds a little too intense for me, to be honest. A little too much. Let's see where this reading takes us. And then we'll go from there, I assume. How are you guys doing? Oh my God. Hold that. Okay. So a card fell out, and maybe this is like creation telling me to just calm down about this reading. You and your little ones are safe. Okay. So we can all just kind of breathe a sigh of relief. We're safe. We are safe. So it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. All right. 2 more decks, and then we're going to start. Okay. Today is a no makeup type of day. No makeup type of day. Just really stripped bare, letting the eyes breathe, and just a no makeup type of day. Okay. I couldn't be bothered. I'm just kind of like, I wanted to sleep some more. So I couldn't be bothered. And I just decided, like, no, I'm not doing Jack Diddley squat. I still got to teach classes. Why? I got to teach my class. All right. Almost ready, guys. This is the final. Hi, Jenna Rose. Girl, did you have another baby? I think I saw a post. Did you have another baby? Let me know. Let me know. All right. Let's get started for real now. You did! Congratulations. I love babies. I love babies. Okay. Let's get started. Ooh. 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 That's a weird feeling. It's almost, I'm going to pull a couple of these cards. Ooh, drama. Drama is the feel that I get. I don't have the meaning of these cards memorized, but that's the immediate feel I get, is like, oh man, drama. 10 of Cups in reverse, loss of friendship, unhappiness, family quarrel, pettiness, rage, difference of opinion. Did I not call it? Did I not call it? Drama. Well, I know it's not for me because I don't talk to nobody. I talk to no relatives. I talk to nobody. So there's drama. I think you guys have already been picking up on whatever this drama is. If this drama is applying to your life, I'm pretty sure you know who this drama is with. So let's see where it's going to go. Maybe it's not going to go anywhere bad. 10 of Swords in reverse, benefit, profit, improvement, passing success, temporary favor, momentary advantage. So the feel is that someone started something for you, and maybe, oh, thank you. Thank you. Ooh, I like that. I love that, actually. I more than like it. I love it. Hold on. Okay. So someone started some stuff with you, right? And maybe they got people to kind of listen to them for a little bit. And so they think that this is going to go in their favor. I have a feeling that it won't. Let's see where the other cards take us. Queen of Swords, quick-witted, intensely perceptive, a subtle person, may signify a widow or woman of sadness, mourning, privation, absence, loneliness, and separation. Okay. So there was drama. Someone was trying to manipulate the situation to work in their favor. Um, this is not going to. I think if you are in this drama, I think you're absolutely paying attention, and this person is about to just not know what the heck happened. They're about to lose the support of everyone. Ugh. About to lose the support of everyone because something's about to come out, something very, very intense. Okay. Seven of Coins in reverse, impatience, uneasiness, imprudent actions, loss of money, unwise investments. So it's going to be this thing of like, I'm wondering if they're going to be complaining. Okay, this is a situation I'm being shown and given. This is a relationship of some kind. I don't know if it's platonic or romantic. I'm leaning more towards romantic. Everything kind of just fell apart, right? Everything fell apart. The happiness left because this individual right here, I don't know if it's your cross watcher, you, or a third party. This feels like a third party circumstance now that I think about it. I don't think it involves you. I think it's between two people, and somehow you're getting dragged into this. So this person kept attacking this person who really just almost really just wants happiness, has been trying to juggle all of these things, and it's just never enough. This person right here is just consistently throwing swords and daggers. So finally, it's like that blows up, and this person is just sick of it, which it took you long enough. This person is just sick of it. Again, this could be family, this could be a relationship. I don't know. I don't know. But it seems like this individual is going to others and trying to like, no, but look, you always, or she always. Let me just drink some coffee. I just heard Marlene, keep reading it, tell the story. um, this person right here is extremely manipulative. Extremely, extremely, extremely manipulative. And I think a lot of what's happened is this person has been manipulating other people's emotions to kind of get everyone on their side. And I think what's going to happen is this individual, the 10 of Cups in reverse, is going to enter into a Queen of Swords type position, and they're going to say something that gives away the actual story, because I think they haven't wanted to say anything. They felt very, very stuck. Has something to do with money, right? So again, I think it's continuation from yesterday's reading, where someone is trying to control another person through finances. Marlene says to share my logic with financial control. My logic is I don't care what the situation is. If I don't want you to control me, you will not control me, and I don't give a damn what I have to live through just so I don't have to be controlled. Case in point. RV brakes broke, was stranded in northern Colorado in a parking lot for 5.5 months, and I didn't give a shizzles. I didn't care because I was not going to reach out to any type of relative to get me out of that situation, because guess what? That was going to be another form of financial domination over me. And so I chose to be transient for about 2.5, 3 years while I built my own company. Very, very, very blessed to have such a supportive, very loving husband who believes in me more than I believe in myself most days. you know? And I tell you this, if it was my husband that was doing that, I would believe in myself more than I believe in him, because I'm so averse to financial domination over other people. I'm very, very blessed. A husband that understands this about me and never tries that with me. Um, I feel like for many of us, a large part of the reason why someone else can control us is because we believe lies they spew about how much they can actually control us. It will offer you things that you'll be afraid to lose. And in that fear of loss, that's how they gain their control. Me, on the other hand, it's kind of hard to control someone who's like, take everything. You want my underwear too? Take that. You want my shoes? Take that. Your purses? Take that. You want my hairbrush? Take that. I don't care. Take it all. I don't care. I really don't, genuinely. Genuinely. I've had male relatives try and do this to me. I left the family with this cup because it reminded me of my mom, and that was it. Doodles. Yep. Take it all. You got my last name too? Take that too. The fear of loss is the very fear that keeps you from allowing more to enter into your life. This fear of a life that you are so unhappy in. I know, right? Toodles. I was just, thank God I have that Capricorn moon to kind of like poke and encourage the heartless Piscean that lives in me, because Pisceans can care so deeply. But here's the thing, there's this antithesis to all of this beautiful Piscean energy that exists. It coexists with the beauty, and it is stark. It is cold. It is just, I will fillet you while still on the hook. That's the other side of Piscean energy. I think y'all gotta dig deep. I think you gotta dig deep. You gotta find this aspect of you that's willing to protect yourself. You have to find that. You have to fight, like, and yeah, I would never mess with her. First off, because I love her. Secondly, because ooh we I don't like being cut as deeply as I can cut. Uh-huh, her Piscean ass. I know she's savage. I know it. I know it. I know it. I already know. Mhm. With all of her profit, I'm like, mhm. There's a gangster that lives in there. The gangster is taking a nap. We're gonna leave it that way. You see, you guys hear her or read her comments whenever there's drama starting in the live stream, and she's like, "Leave peace in peace," and I'm just like, "Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm," because that's the only disclaimer you'll get from her. That's the only disclaimer that you will get from her. There's this part of you that's willing to stand up for you. There is this part of you that lives inside you that is more than willing to go to war on your behalf. Now, who likes war? I don't like war. I don't. I don't like confrontation. I don't necessarily like to be combative. Um, but I mean, I like to think of this analogy where there is someone who's just broken and entered into my dwelling, my safe space. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I have the capacity to defend my kingdom, whether it's the home I occupy or me, myself, and I have the capacity to. And much of what's happened in my life that's been horrible, because I've had some really effed up stuff happen to me. You wouldn't imagine how much really effed up stuff has happened. You'd think that I've had such a pleasant little life. But the reality is this: I have not. My life is pleasant at this point because I ensure that it's pleasant. I don't allow people to walk all over me anymore. And no, I don't allow myself to feel sorry because I took your whole foot off since you were trying to walk on me. I don't think so. There's this quote. I'm going to find it. I'm going to read it to you because it's an important quote. Okay. 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 These are none of the quotes. Okay, let me reword this. Okay. Okay. Okay, here. Okay. You can't truly call yourself peaceful unless you're capable of great violence. If you are not capable of violence, you're not peaceful, you're harmless, right? I wish I knew who said that. I wish I knew who said that because peace is a choice. It is a choice that's made. And the decisions that you take will either add to your peace or detract from it. When you attempt to maintain a peace that is not true peace, a faux peace, a fake peace, a peace that doesn't actually exist, you instead transfer the war into an internal state rather than allowing it to remain externally, right? When you try and keep silent over the things that are being done to you, the atrocities. This is the very reason why I'm speaking so much more openly about what is being done to me, the whole stalker thing from Switzerland. That, like, no, I'm not going to be quiet anymore. You took it too far. You threatened me. You threatened my husband consistently. You threatened my children. You're thinking that we're going to be together. No, 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 no. I've allowed you to lull yourself into a place of assumption that you are welcome in my life. You are not welcome in my life. You are erroneous in your psychosis. I will not shut up about what you are doing, have done, continue to do. And that's the thing. These people need you to be quiet so they can continue to live the lie that they are good people. Not everyone in this world is a good person. Not everyone in this world is a good person. There are people who exist in this world who are liars, who are individuals who seek to harm others just because they can. Can they? Are you giving passive permission to allow someone to harm you? Trickery in games, or is it genuine? Is someone joking around about their desire to harm you, or is it genuine? Is someone utilizing all of these spiritual things, spiritual concepts, to justify their maltreatment of you, to justify their disrespect of your boundaries, your sacredness? because that's what I've had done over the past, I don't know, I think we're going on 3 years at this point. I've tried to maintain a peace that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist because some people are incapable of peace. And it is those people that need to be very, very passionately reacted to, responded to, in the most highest degree of response. This is powerful right here. You'll read this. Hi, Jamie. When does it go from peaceful to complacent? I think for many of us, we've become very, very complacent in our participation of other people's maltreatment of us. Very, very, very complacent. You know, I was so complacent in accepting the maltreatment from this stalker in Switzerland that he felt comfortable messaging me through my husband's Facebook Messenger. What a shameless piece of shit. What a shameless, entitled piece of shit. Mhm. How complacent have we become as individuals? Because, well, we don't wanna be the drama, honey. When someone else is starting the drama, you're already in the drama. So your worry about being the drama, that's moot. That is a moot point. What do I mean by this? They've already initiated the drama on your behalf, and so long as you don't do anything about that drama, honey, you are the drama. I allowed the drama to spread because of my complacency. Am I saying it is my fault? No. I did not deserve to be treated in any sort of way that I was treated. I did not invite it. I did not welcome it. The thing I did wrong was I did not be more proactive in the stopping of it because I didn't want issues. Right from the start, I should have been like, "You fucking nasty pig." Right? Right from the start. I should have already allowed what I naturally was feeling in response to what my intuition was telling me. How many times has your intuition told you things, but you didn't allow yourself to listen to it because you didn't want to be mean? You didn't want to be the drama, baby boo. When you do that, you ensure that you are the drama and it spreads. It spreads. Use me as a template to see what happens when you don't address the drama appropriately right from the start. You can use me as an example. Absolutely. And it's not to say I never made it clear. It's not to say that because I did make it clear right at the start, but I wasn't consistent in slapping this mofo with the truth consistently. You are not welcome here. You are not valued here. You are not wanted here. You are being so fucking weird and disgusting, you know? Sometimes, hey, you got to speak the truth in the way the truth is meant to be spoken. There are people who exist with very real mental issues that prevent them from being able to comprehend the gravity of what you are communicating. And it might not be mental illness. It might just be the sense of entitlement because this motherfucker is for real entitled. Entitled. So, trickery and games, or trickery and oh my God, what just happened? Trickery and games, or is it genuine? Is someone genuine in their desire to harm you? You got to take it all seriously, all of it. When someone says they want to harm you, and then afterwards they say, I was just kidding. No, you're not. Sick people do that. So I got to take it seriously. You're sick. Don't allow people to manipulate you just because what, you're an empath? Are you aware that the reason you're an empath is because you've been manipulated and maltreated in your childhood? That's how you develop empathy. It's a survival skill. It is a survival skill. You learn how to read the energy, the moods, the thoughts, because that's what keeps you safe. So you know when you can come out of your hiding or when to hide deeper and more quietly. Did you know that when you have a hard time speaking about your needs, it's because you grew up in an environment that didn't allow you to express yourself, that didn't validate you, that didn't hear you, that didn't take care of you as a person, as a human being, regardless of your age? Excuse me. So you're at a point where you're now an adult, right? You're an adult now. What does that mean? That means you are now charged with the task of protecting yourself. You know what my logic is? If I have to consider how to protect myself in your presence or through our interactions, you should not have access to me ever. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. I do not need to consider your life story. I do not need to consider what you've been through. I don't need to consider any of that. I need to steer clear of you, and you should never be given access to me again. Oh, Emmy, don't be that way. Why not? Why not? Oh, to be you and not understand the gravity of the treatment I have received. Oh, to be you and still have my innocence intact. An innocence where I don't understand and don't know because of my lack of experience of people treating me in the ways that I'm now aware I need to protect myself from. The world is not all bad. The world is what we make it. And when you give access to yourself, bad people have access to you, then yeah, your experience becomes bad. Your experience becomes something very not enjoyable, very, very traumatizing. And even in all that, you want to proclaim that you want to proclaim that you are peaceful and that's why you don't do anything. If you are not capable of the level of aggression and violence to protect yourself and defend your space, you are not peaceful, you are harmless. And that logic of lack of reaction, lack of response being the very thing that's keeping the peace, and that's why you should not speak up or do anything, is the very behavior that illustrates to the malignant people of the world why you are the perfect candidate to do these things to. Unfortunately, that's their logic. Most people will not mess with me. Why? You take one look at me, I might not be a very big person. Mhm. You might have this outdated assumption that because I look of Asian descent that I would be docile. But you feel my energy and there is nothing docile or harmless about my energy. I will not be an easy victim. It's not impossible to victimize me, but I will not be an easy victim. By the end of that, we will both be victimized. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, I'm not going to be an easy victim. I will fight back at this point. And it's taken me an entire lifetime of not fighting back, letting people get away with this and that and everything. Now, let me make it clear, I will not start shit. I've never been one to start shit. Even if I don't like you and you've done shit to me, I will keep my mouth shut and just be on my merry way, mind my own business. If you take it too far with me at this point, it's not even that far anymore. You will get the appropriate level of response for the fuckery you've committed. Why? Well, because I'm learning I matter too. I'm learning the people who are just like me, we matter. We are the people who make others who are just like us feel heard, feel seen, feel like their presence is also still important in this world. And if we're not going to do it for ourselves, then we're living as hypocrites. Everything that I say to all of you is something I've either lived through or I'm currently trying to learn for myself. So let's learn it together. Let's learn about boundaries. Let's learn about holding people accountable. Mm, I love this. I love this. You can love yourself all you want, but it's pointless if you don't hold yourself accountable. I'm now at a point where I'm holding myself accountable for the things that have allowed to be done to me, not with my consent, but with my compliance, with my complacency. No more. No more. And newsflash, disclaimer, advance announcement. From this point forward in my life, if you are going to fuck with me, expect to be talked about as I talk about the factual events of my life. And honey boo, as long as what I am talking about is a factual event of my life, that is neither slander nor libel nor defamation of character. You defame yourself with the way you exist. Fuck you, and I don't give a shit. And I have to speak with this depth of venom because y'all, when you're mad, you need to act like you're mad. Because when you're mad and you don't act mad, these people get emboldened and think they can do more. Can they do more? Are you giving passive permission for them to do more? Is that what's happening? You are giving passive permission for them to do more because their feelings matter more than yours. It doesn't. Their feelings do not matter more than yours. Their story should not have a heavier consideration than your own story for yourself. So, whoever this is, they started some shit that they can't finish. They're trying to play a victim. Ain't that right, stalker ass Philip? Trying to play a victim. No. No. And when I get clearance from my lawyers, I will be sharing even more factual details about my life and what I have been forced to live through. More details, as much as I'm legally cleared to share. As much detail. You see, I used to have this thing about me where I have a big mouth, but I always keep it shut, right? Not no more. Not no more. You don't want people to know about what you're doing to me in private life, don't do it to me. Don't interact with me. Stay in your own fucking lane. Leave me alone. That's my logic for life at this point. But see, the most beautiful part is I can have that logic and I can still be ridiculously soft and loving and offer even strangers love, support, encouragement. I am a total being. I invite you to join me there in that space of totality where it doesn't have to be either or. You either have to be a doormat so that way you can love people who need to be loved, or you got to be this hard ass badass that doesn't give a shit. No, no, no one else gets to dictate to you who you are. I've made a decree for myself. I will allow myself to be as badass as I allow myself to be soft and loving and kind and generous and just an amazing person to be around. That it's okay for me to go out of my way and overgive if my heart tells me to overgive. It's okay for me to make it a point to make you feel safe in my presence, heard, understood, quite possibly seen for the first time. It's okay. And I can also knuckle up and be like, let's fucking fight because I don't give a shit at this point. It's okay. It's okay for me to be able to decide which aspects of my life to tap into. Much of my earlier life, I was fighting. We were rough playing. When I say I know how to hold my own, physically hold my own, I know how to hold my own. I used to be ashamed of that. I used to be very ashamed of that. Not so much anymore. What's there to be ashamed of? Have I harmed someone? No, never. Never. Have I been fake and just, nope, never. I've been exactly who I am this entire time, exactly who I am, and allowing myself to no longer want to play any roles or, play these games of creating some public character. So what? For sponsorships. You guys notice I don't get sponsored by anyone? I don't do any sponsorships. You guys notice that? I used to receive quite a few solicitations to be sponsored for quite a few years, actually. I don't even answer them. Why? Well, because I want to avoid the issue of if I don't like your product, I'm going to tell my people, like, this is a shit product. Don't buy this. The only product I've ever talked about was Durango Botanicals. Why? Because that was the best shit I've ever had. That was grown by a Blu-ray. I don't know if they know they're a Blu-ray, but I went to their farm and everything. I met the grower in person, the co-owner. That was a very beautiful, beautiful company. Very, very sad that they're no longer creating products, but very, very beautiful. I reached out to them and I asked them if I could, promote their product. Yep. I reached out to them. I wanted an affiliation with them. That's the only company. Only company. So that's the thing. When you conduct yourself with so much integrity, what do you have to be afraid of? And I'm not someone that blabs everything that's happening in my life. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of details that happen day in and day out. I don't talk about it online. I don't talk about it anywhere. It's not because I'm ashamed, it's because I'm a private person. Being a private person does not make you secretive. And when you're dealing with this type of bull crap, where the person is using your depth of desire for privacy against you, you have to not be so private. You have to not be so private anymore. You have to speak openly and very boldly about what you are experiencing. It's only then that they become very, very subdued in their behaviors. It's only then. It's only then. Because a lot of the people who maltreat you, they don't want anyone else to know what they are doing. They don't want anyone else to know. What is the single boldest thing that you can do? What is the single boldest thing? to be your most authentic self and speak authentically about your authentic experiences. I'm going to write a book. I've been being told to write a book for so long. I have multiple chapters that I keep deleting off my laptop. I keep deleting it because I don't want to face my life. It's okay. Those chapters that are written, they're in multiple drives and on multiple storage services. So they can't actually be erased. But that's the thing. I'm realizing I was trying to fit my whole life in one book, but I didn't live it in one breath. It's going to be multiple books to address multiple areas of my life, multiple lessons that occurred either individually, separately from other lessons, or concurrently. Maybe the first book that I release will be about surviving life as an empath and the ways in which my empathy is my single greatest power, but also the single greatest way to exploit me. And how I've learned through continuous cycles of exploitation of me and my heart, I've learned how to love fearlessly in the most healthiest way possible. How many empaths know how to do that? This. Billy. We grew up in the same house. Being bullied as a kid, I finally had enough and stood up for myself, put my sister in a chokehold. She was thrown off. I had never stuck up for myself before. She didn't bully me verbally or physically after. Yep. Yep. It's this thing of sometimes you need to match and mirror that level of toxicity and aggression. But you have to be careful about getting stuck in that space and becoming a lower reflection of the very thing you detest. Right? Sometimes we have to see the things that are happening in our life are the things that are bringing our attention to the ways in which our logic is toxic to ourselves. Who is the person that's hurt you the most in your life? Think about this question. Who is the person that's hurt you the most in your life? If you said anyone outside of yourself, you're in denial about the way you've been conducting your life. I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm saying you're not holding yourself accountable to the degree that you can begin recognizing the patterns and begin healing from them. Now, am I saying you initiated the pain? Probably not. If you did, you probably are someone who's become so accustomed to the maltreatment that you seek out those cycles. Doesn't make you a bad person still, doesn't mean you deserve it still. It means you haven't recognized the ways in which you perpetuate something that was started in childhood. You're no longer a child. Be the parent that you needed. Be the advocate that you were so desperate for. Be everything that you're looking for in other people. Love yourself in the way that you love other people in hopes that they will learn how to love you. And if you love them enough in that way, then they can love you in that way. And then you're hurt when they don't because they don't understand. Because guess what? They're not you. They're not you. You have the capacity to love yourself and advocate for yourself in the way you do for other people. So start. Start. all the things that my Facebook people have seen me go through over the years, some pretty fucked up stuff. It was fucked up stuff. I was the recipient of some pretty intense cyberbullying. Um, and it was this thing of me allowing it by not speaking on it. And I promise you, the moment I spoke on it, all of a sudden they were mute. They were silent. All of a sudden, the one that was really, really encouraging and stirring up the bee's nest, he's like, "Oh, I can't believe that girl making fun of my mental illness." Honey, I didn't make fun of you. I said I felt badly for you. And I was genuine in my sadness for you because it's sad that you conduct yourself in that way. There was no shit talking. No, none of that. And guess what? That helped me reach the point where I no longer cared how people would see me if I spoke about things. For much of my publicly visible life, for much of my life, period, I've been conditioned to believe that, you don't talk about messy things because it's messy and don't be messy. Life is art and art is messy. If I am an artist, let me do my artistic thing. But at least now I've gotten to a point where my mess is seen as my art by my eyes, and no one will shame me into a space of quiet compliance anymore. Like I said, at this point and every point moving forward, if you don't want me to talk about the things you're doing to me in private, then don't fucking do them. Because you will be part of my book. And I will speak freely about what you've done. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I feel my throat chakra clearing. Life is art and art is messy. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Do not involve yourself with an art studio if you cannot stand the sight of the mess. Okay? You just wait until the gallery night and watch my art and appreciate it at the end stage. Okay? You guys have to live with that type of logic at this point. Anyone who doesn't want to hear it, I'm not looking for people to hear my story. But this is my space, and if I want to speak about my story, then I will. And you have the right, the sovereign free will to click off if you don't want to hear it, right? So I think we're getting to a point where all of us are being invited to be as authentic as we possibly can be with ourselves before you are with other people. You have to know who you are before you can present yourself. Because if you don't know who you are, then what are you presenting to other people? Are you presenting an act, a character? I'm not saying you're fake. I'm saying you're traumatized. There's a huge difference. There's a huge difference. Such a huge difference. You guys should watch videos of me from 2017, 2016. You'll see the difference between a woman who's in the process of healing and a girl trapped with her inner child inside a fortified cage, a fortified mental and emotional cage. Once you realize you're traumatized, isn't it your responsibility to be real? The trauma is real. Once you realize you're traumatized, it's responsibility to begin the healing, to begin recognizing the ways in which you are needing something your environment is not giving you, and to begin seeking out the very environments that have the capacity and the willingness to provide for you the very things you need to heal. Your whole life has been real, regardless of how you've presented it to other people. Everything you've experienced behind the scenes has been real. Your pain that you hide is real. You are real. That character that you project into your environment, that is a real aspect of yourself. But is that all you are? No. You are so much more than you give yourself credit for, so much more than you allow people to see. Do you know why you're drawn to me? I am an external representation of your most authentic state. The only difference between you and I is I've reached a point where I'm no longer afraid to be seen in my most authentic state. That's the only difference. Every aspect of me that you've seen is real. From the nice me to the mean me to the me that will cut a motherfucker down in the comments because, bitch, watch how you approach me. You don't know me that way. To the girl who you see crying because I am a very sensitive person. All of those aspects of me are real. There's nothing about me that you've witnessed that's been fabricated or pre-planned. Nothing at all. And it becomes this thing of, I wish I could do that. You can. But there's no buts. You're ready. That's why you're here. You're watching me and learning every single time we share space. You're watching me and learning how to own yourself in your journey, not because I'm telling you how, but because you're watching me do it for myself. And that's the most beautiful thing about the way humans learn. We don't learn from people preaching or telling or dictating or any of that. We learn because we watch people living their lives. And then we need the time to understand how we will apply what we've learned, witnessed, into our own life. You know? It'll be okay. We'll all get to a point where the only way we can live, the way we choose to live, the way we are capable of living is in our most authentic state. You are not responsible for the way someone receives truth. It is not your job to make sure that truth is easily swallowed down by the person. It is your job to address your needs and make sure the way you address your needs is not intentionally malignant, harmful to someone else. And that's it. If I'm not intending to hurt you and I'm simply communicating, sharing, how is it my fault and my job to fix your hurt feelings? Yo, I never understood this, and I still honestly don't. There are many, many people who exist who are offended by my existence. What do you want me to do? Play a role? Honey, I've done that my whole life and it's done no good. So what else do you want me to do? Shut up. I'm incapable at this point. I've blocked myself to the degree that I blew out all my fucking chakras and developed the most severe fibromyalgia for about 6 years, shutting myself up. I'm not willing to suffer for you. Oh my God, Emmy's not willing to suffer for me. That's fucking right. I'm not willing to suffer for you. Now what? What else do you want to request of me so that you can be more comfortable in your space of smallness? You're offended because I no longer want to stay small. Well, sorry that you're offended about your smallness and that my gravity shines a light for you on your smallness. Unfortunately, I wasn't comparing or competing with you. So you're going to have to deal with your issues on your own. I'm busy being fabulous and funny. I'm just saying. I'm too busy telling myself jokes and looking at conspiracy shit on social media. Y'all, I gotta share this. Oh my gosh. I didn't get my husband's permission, but I don't care. I'm gonna share it anyways. We woke up early this morning and this mofo has been on one about Tartaria. He has been on one about Tartaria all fucking morning. I that's why I have no makeup because I was just extra moisturizing my face listening to him. I'm just saying, if you have any good videos on Tartaria, just send it over. And I will forward it to him so he can expand his awareness. We just too busy, okay? We too busy. This is right here. It's like, oh my God, did you know? Yes, honey. I know. I know. And then, oh my gosh, I'm going to share this with you guys. He woke me up to share the very first thing he shared with me is that there is this person, according to him, who does what I do, and that he charges he charges something like $1,500 to sit with you for 15 minutes at the casino. And he has all these videos of, like, he will tell you which slot machine to play, high limit slots. And he'll tell you which machines will give. Oh, I'm sorry, $1,800. He charges $1,800 for 15 minutes with him. He will go to a casino. He'll meet you there. He'll tell you what machines to sit at and play. And, maybe you'll win, maybe you won't. But he's like, he wanted to know about this guy. He wanted me to read this guy because he wanted to know if the guy was psychic or I'm just like, I'm not going to do that for work. I refuse. But those who are in the soul sanctuary.love, okay, yo, we are planning a trip to Vegas. I'm saying I can't talk about it here, but we do talk about it in the soul sanctuary. So let me continue with the reading. So that's how he started my morning today. That's how he started my morning. That's okay. We're about casinos and Tartaria. Casinos and Tartaria. Well, this other guy, he showed me the video of this guy that went and did it. He paid him $1,500 or $1,800, and they went. And I guess he shared the process. He shared the process, and you have to have 3 tickets because they have these barcode tickets that you can put into the slot machine, and it carries the credit that you have. You have to have 3 to 5 $1,000 tickets. So it's $1,800 plus an additional 3 to 5,000. That's a lot of money. I'm over here like, just meet me. I will walk through the casino and be like, you win, you win. I don't think I'm going to do that for work. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not going to do that. Okay. 9 of Swords. Reverse. Suspicion, slanders, gossip, shame, scruple, timidity, shady character. So it's still continuing with this bullshit. It's still continuing. And I'm going to just like, Pusoy. You guys ever play Pusoy? I'm pretty good at it. Play Dose. I'm just saying. Don't play me unless you want to get took. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I haven't played that in 20-something years. But yeah, no. I know who's really good at Pusoy is my husband. Okay, let me stop. Whatever this is that's being experienced, it's definitely something that's adding to the stress, that's adding the confusion, the lack of clarity on how to move forward, how to address things. It's been very, very confusing for the individual because they have become so accustomed to being blamed, to being gaslit, you know? It's bad. It's bad. I don't know if you're that person that's being gaslit for real. I'm live 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every morning. Wake up every day and join me here. I promise you, we will undo that gaslighting just by you listening to me talking shit all morning. Tell me where I'm lying or inaccurate. I'm saying, how many of you used to be gaslit in your life, and because you've shared space with me every morning, you're just like, no, I don't think so. No, you're not going to blame me no more. No, I'm not going to accept that no more. You know what I'm saying? So, the Emperor card. Worldly power, confidence, wealth, stability, authority, indomitable spirit, war-making tendencies, male influence. It's this thing of needing to enter into the Emperor energy that lives inside you. It's this Emperor energy. You know, you have to stand in that truth. People who used to gaslight me, they don't say nothing to me no more, because I'll be quick to be like, oh, you're full of shit, aren't you? Are you constipated? Are you constipated? You know, if you go ahead and just soak some chia seeds, add some flax seed into that, and, you know, add some water to your diet, you just drink all that down in the morning, it'll clear you out of your bullshit. I'm just saying it might help. It might help because you're really full of shit right now. I'm saying I am not scared to talk caca to someone. I am not scared to do that. Confucius. Atonement, judgment, self-perspective, rejuvenation, rebirth, improvement, development, and promotion. So it's this stepping into the Emperor energy and then, you know, sprinkling a side dish of Confucius into it. You're not trying to become the dominant one so that you can dominate other people. You're trying to allow yourself to enter into this knowing that you are the only one who can dominate yourself. And when you give your power away to someone attempting to dominate you, that is a choice you're making. So choose otherwise, right? Choose otherwise and you'll have other results. But if you're going to continue to choose the same thing, you're going to continue to have the same results. And if you're going to have the same results, it's because you're choosing the same thing. Huh. It's a lot of phlegm, yo. Ace of Staves. Creation, start of an undertaking, fortune, inheritance, birth of a child, beginning of a meaningful experience, an adventure. So it's this thing of really having the courage to enter into the next part of your life. You know what I mean? The next part of your life is something that you can make into the most beautiful part of your life. You just simply have to make a choice and commit to that decision. People always want the easy way out, like this right here. Hell no, I'll pay him if I win first. Well, okay, there's zero logic to that. There's zero logic to that. That's like saying I'll play the slot machine if the slot machine pays me first. A gamble is 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 a gamble. We take gambles every day in and day out. That very logic is a type of logic that will cause you to burn the bridge with a person who is meant to be your life partner. That's the very logic. And I'm not addressing you directly, Robert. I just Michael pointed out your comment and it got my brain thinking. So I'm kind of just thinking out loud. That's the very logic though that many of us have. We're like, I want this to be a forever thing with this person, but they got to show me forever first before I commit to this. And then, of course, that person is not going to want to put effort into something when you're not. Why should they? Why should they? That's like me not understanding from the start why I would need to be publicly visible and how that would affect my life and play out in my life long term. And me telling Michael, well, you got to show me first where this ends up. Why? I'm either going to commit to myself and my intuitive urges or I'm not. And if you don't listen to your intuitive urges, well, then you don't. And then it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. People who are not willing to take the chance are people who will never have the opportunity to receive what that chance is gifting them. Let's take my relationship, for example. When I met my husband, I was already in a contract to move. That was something that was already part of my plan. I had already made the decision to move several hours away. And so I needed to make a decision at the very start of us hanging out. I was like, I'm not going to take this guy serious because I'm moving. I'm not dumb. I'm not willing to take that chance of developing some type of bond with a person who I don't even know you, sir. I don't know you, sir. I'm not dumb. I see all these little chickadees all having a crush on you. They look at me hella crazy when we hang out. You bring me with you. I be knowing these girls have crushes on you. No, I'm good. I'm good. And then when he came with me to move and he ended up staying a week just to help me out while I'm settling in, I understood, oh, this is definitely something that's not just us hanging out. This is not just someone who is using me to entertain themselves, right? That was still a risk because I lived like 3 hours away, maybe 3.5, one way. That was a risk. And if I needed him to show me what the next 20 something years would be before I took that risk of trusting someone that I've only known for a couple months, then I mean, what would I have missed out on? And is it that this was destined and that, or is it that our destiny was to choose what we would experience together and the ways in which we would experience it, how we would react to it, how would we create the life we want together? See, that's the thing. You are in an active state of creation every single moment of your life. And when you pass that creation baton to someone else who you don't know what they'll create for you, that's still a decision you made, and you still will have to live through whatever they create for you. There's nothing wrong with needing to be in control of yourself in your life, so long as it's balanced and it's done with trust and soul. But when we begin to really just get out of hand either way, to the left, to the right, too far forward, too far back, it's still out of hand. It's out of alignment. And when you live out of alignment, you begin to miss some of the blessings that are headed your way. Whatever those blessings are, I do not know. But do you need to know in advance in order for you to understand your soul is not trying to set you up for anything? It is your insecurity that sets you up for failure. It is your insecurity that sets you up for pain. That failure and that pain are nothing but perceptions. If you perceive that pain to be useless and a punishment, then that's exactly what it will be for you. For me, I perceive that pain as an opportunity to become aware to a heightened degree, some type of learning that I'm being presented that normally I would not be paying attention to. Hence, the pain is involved. The greater the pain, the greater the lesson, the more profound the changes to your life. The greater the pain, the greater the lesson, hence the more profound changes to your life. The greater the pain, the greater the lesson, hence the more profound changes to your life. And this is what I say to myself. When things start to hurt, when things start to become inconvenient and a struggle and all of these other things, the greater the pain, the greater the learning, the greater the changes to my life. And I simply have to hold on and be present so that I can reap the greatest benefits of the learning in order to apply and provide the greatest changes to my life. Life is a very beautiful thing when you allow it to be. It's when you avoid, it's when you play these games with other people, you play into their games. You allow them to trick you into a space of being someone you're not. Not everyone is a leader, just like not everyone is designed to follow. You got to figure out which one you are. And then you have to stop rejecting it. It's not enough to know who you are. What's needed is for you to embrace who that is. And to understand not every environment has the capacity to understand and accept you. Those are the environments that will then follow you. This is what I've learned in life. The environments that accept me are environments of leaders just like me. The environments that reject me are the people who I will lead. They just need a little bit of time to acclimate to the temperature of my water. It's okay. They'll understand. That's warmth in a life where you felt nothing but coldness, emotional winter. You're entering into a warm bath and you don't know what that's like. You have this fear that you'll be burned, only to later realize after you've been given the appropriate amount of time to acclimate that this bath is the most amazing thing you've ever experienced. You didn't realize life was so cold. All right. Many of us don't realize how cold life has been. Oftentimes, the people that I come across, not everyone, but most of the people that I come across are people who have lived in a perpetual emotional and mental winter. And they cross my path and I'm like, you're just so warm. Yeah, we're supposed to be warm. You're supposed to be loved. You're supposed to be hugged and cherished and made to feel good about yourself. That's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to struggle in the way that you're struggling. See, when you exist in environments that force you to be someone you're not, yes, you're going to struggle. It takes a lot of effort to be someone you're not. But to be who you are and to be able to cultivate that, that's beautiful. That's powerful. That's effortless. Effortless. All you have to do is see yourself clearly and honestly and allow the different aspects of you that are appropriate for whatever situation you face to come forward when it needs to come forward. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. This memory pops up in my head. Michael reminds me of this time we were in Boulder, Colorado. Boulder is a whole nother place, yo. It is a whole nother place. And we were in our parked vehicle with our kids. We were planning on going somewhere. We're just trying to figure out where to go first. And some lady in a huge SUV tries to park their car in the stall, the empty parking stall on the driver's side of our vehicle. And as she's turning her huge vehicle into the stall, she hits ours. We're parked. We're sitting inside our parked vehicle. And she decides to get all belligerent. And, she's like screaming at my husband. And I get out of the car to make sure, like, to tell my husband, like, don't argue with people. Just get her information. We just report it to insurance. She hit our car. We'll just report it to insurance and let's just go. And she decided to yell at me. And I'm just like, you're crazy. This is crazy. And I was telling my husband, just chill. Don't argue with her. And I went behind her. She went to the shops already. She's still yelling. And I go behind her vehicle to take a picture of her license plate, because if you don't provide your driver's license and your insurance after you've been in that type of situation, you hit my car, that's a hit and run. You took off, you left the scene. And the moment she saw me take pictures of her license plate, she came running back. She thought I was going to be scared. And she was close to me, and I just looked at my husband and I was like, I'm going to jail today, aren't I? No yelling from me. Oh, you best believe she stopped in her tracks. I said that, and I turned my head slowly to her. I looked at her. Oh, she stayed more than an arm's length away. I will yeet your fucking ass across the parking lot. You see the license plate? It says Caliphas, bitch. I'm hella Oaklandish. Don't make the Oakland come out of me. I will yeet your fucking ass across the parking lot. I don't give a shit how much you weigh. I will bench press you. I will squat your ass. I'm joking. Yeah, no, she didn't touch me. I was just like, I'm down. I'm down. For real. You don't know my history. I'm down. She didn't touch me. She didn't touch me. And that's the thing. Allowing the parts of yourself and your history to come forward at the appropriate time. She knew it. I didn't have to threaten her or anything. She knew it, but I definitely let my husband know, honey, I know we ain't got no money for bail. Don't bail me out. Leave me in there. That's what I was trying to communicate. We don't got money for bail. Just, when they come and arrest me, just take the babies back to our room, serve them some lunch, let them know mommy will be home in a few days. I'm just saying, I've never been arrested or any of that. I keep myself very nice and proper. But bitch, if you think you're going to fist fight me, you really think you will? I don't fist fight. I will get you in a guillotine. I'll choke. No tap. I'll nap. I am not a violent person. Okay, I am not a violent person, but let me tell you, mama didn't raise no victim. I'm just saying. I'ma just say it, okay? And then my husband's like, don't. Yeah, he's like, don't. And I just, and I didn't do anything because I saw my kids looking from the car. I saw them in the car. I was just like, my baby, they're gonna be so scared. Yeah, but my energy spoke for itself. It absolutely spoke for itself. Because that lady, she knew, don't even take one step closer. She ran across the parking lot to me, yelling while she ran. I'm saying, let me tell you, lady, you have horrible plastic surgery on your face. I would hate to rearrange that for you for free. If you put a hand on me, you're assaulting me and I have the right to defend myself. As long as I don't look more fucked up than you when the police arrive, okay? Self-defense, mutual combat. I will not fuck your face worse than I allow you to fuck up my face so that it is categorically mutual combat. I will choke you out though. I will choke you out. I'm saying, tuck it under the chin and cinch it up. Cinch it up. Oh, stop. We're not violent. Six of Cups. Memories, past influences, nostalgia, faded images. So it's like your history should be allowed to come forward when it needs to come forward. And if you allow it to come forward when it needs to come forward, then it's all good. It's not something that you are intending or pre-planning or any of that. I'd never have any intention of harming someone in advance. I just don't. I don't, but I'm saying if you start manhandling me, it's like my history comes out. It's like someone turns on the History Channel and selects the episode with the most elevated aggression. And then that's what you get. That's what you get. And that's something you picked. So you can't be mad about that. I'm just saying. But outside of that, um I'm very peaceful. I am. I can be outspoken, but I'm very peaceful for the most part. That's why I have nothing to be ashamed of. Like that time I went to Whole Foods and this woman was trying to basically stand behind me like, "Look, lady, look, I understand I came to Whole Foods at what time in the morning looking homeless. I get it. But for you to literally stand behind me to make sure that I'm scanning every item and making me feel uncomfortable when I don't feel uncomfortable in any environment, you're going to have to hear what I have to say. And I'm telling you, you're a bigot, biatch. You're a bigot. Yeah, no, I will absolutely speak my mind. And no, you're not going to be able to deny it. I'm going to tell you. You know exactly what you did. You know what horrible person you are. You know about your bigotry. You discriminated against me. And no, you don't get to deny it and pretend, like, oh, no, I didn't. Yes, you did. Hush your face. Do your job. Your job is to make sure no one needs help with what they're scanning. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I have a right to make it clear that it is a damn fucking shame for you to treat me as though I'm some common thief when I just spent nearly $300 in your store for groceries. Fuck out of here with your nasty ass energy. Okay. You done fucking up my baking day. I'm saying. I went there to get some baking ingredients and you just fucked up my juju. But it's okay because it's my responsibility to correct the juju that got fucked up being exposed to that type of nasty energy. You know, that's my job. I allowed myself to be affected by their nastiness. And yes, I needed to say something, but no, I did not need to take it in and make it a part of my day. So at that point, it is my job to correct the way I was destabilized internally by being exposed to that caca. That's still taking accountability for my part in that co-created reality. Okay? Okay. Oh, wow. Someone was telling you about how they bought their groceries and that you had to remind them that you buy yours too. Girl, did this happen in Oakland? Because that sounds like some Oakland shit. I paid to be here. Yeah, bitch, I paid to be here too. What now? I miss Oakland. I swear to God. I swear to God. I would get into like verbal exchanges with people. My mom used to work. She used to work the evening shift at Highland General Hospital. That's a trauma center. And so I used to get into it because I would drive her to work and pick her up. So I would be there like at midnight waiting for her to come out. And there's like gunshot victims smoking a cigarette outside. And I used to be like, I don't give a shit. You already injured, homie. Don't be starting more shit. You already had a bad day. Don't make me make it worse. Like, don't look at me. Don't talk to me. I'm just saying. See, you were on 51st. It's not too bad over there. It's not too bad. When you hit like 23rd-ish Fruitvale, then that's where it gets a little bit dicey. It gets a little bit dicey. But I mean, I haven't been there in so long. Have there been any changes? Any like positive changes? Not that gentrification bullshit, but the positive stuff. But I will say in communities like that, there is that potentiality for people to bond much closer. They have a tendency to live in the same area for very long periods, and everybody kind of gets to know each other in that little part of the neighborhood. And it can be really pretty. It can be really, really beautiful type connections. There was hella people attached an IV and walking home. I used to have my husband sometimes come with me to pick her up when we were dating. I used to get like nervous. I'm like, "What? Just don't worry. They're already injured. Like, fuck them. Who cares?" Yeah, I'm just like, "Who cares? They're not gonna bother us. I'm from here. I'm from here. There's nothing to worry about." Oh my gosh. But there was one time something to worry about because someone was robbing the 7-Eleven across the street. And they were shooting back and forth, and the guy used our vehicle to um use as a physical shield. I was just like, motherfucker. What the hell? Yeah. So magnetism. So okay. So here. It's this thing of you drawing to you the type of situations you want, and there's no more time to wait. So that is telling me that something is about to happen for you. It's an imminent event. It is an event horizon. There's no more avoiding it. You know, it's definitely. I don't know that it's a bad thing. It's like, see, this little boy, he's dreaming of this galaxy, this universe, being made aware of the ways in which he's like the rings of Saturn, just orbiting the celestial body. I'm wondering if you're the celestial body. I'm wondering, is it you? Are they orbiting you? Well, yeah, no, because at the beginning I was like, this feels like a third party circumstance. I'm saying. So power of volcanoes, but it's in reverse. Whoever this, Marlene. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed my sins away. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. I don't want to say that. Marlene says, I don't know why I don't want to say this, but I will say it. I will say it. I will say it. I don't want to, but I will say it. So, power volcanoes. Whoever this wannabe Pele is being drained. Hold on. That feels like a loaded comment. I will tell you that feels very loaded. Pele is like a Hawaiian goddess, right? Pele Vol. Is that a volcano? Okay. Pele is a Hawaiian volcano deity and an elemental force and the creator of these volcanic landscapes. Let's see. Yep. Hawaii's goddess of fire. Okay. Kilauea and Pele. Okay. So I don't know what it means, but it feels like it's a very loaded type of statement. Okay. So building atoms. This video keeps coming to mind. Oh, I gotta get going. Damn. Hold on. This video keeps coming to mind, and it's definitely knows what you're talking about because this is as well. Definite resonance. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Here. Listen.
One of you said that your child volunteered in class, that we can now see the zinc spark, and that's the moment the soul enters the zygote, and the teacher's response was, that sounds awfully religious and non-scientific to me. So you teach your child this. There are subatomic particles in the sperm and egg. Each independent being must have its own attached Higgs field. When those subatomic particles merge, the quantum gravity traps light into the mass of the zygote. That light is electricity, electrical energy. It turns on the mitochondria so that the DNA can start replicating. Have your child teach that.
Boom. Truth bomb deployed. Boof. That's what I heard. So, the Higgs field. When the two collide and then it traps, and then see, look. These balls of consciousness, right? And look, this little boy. So this is about a pair. The boy is still a boy, right? Not quite understanding the gravity of the act of creation. The new world is being created. See, look. A new world is being created. I'm like, see, look. Right? So it's this thing of kind of better understanding what it is that you're being tasked to do. It has to do with companionship, but it also has to do with speaking your voice to this companion, right? Because there's a communication that needs to take place. Whatever that communication is, it's something that's necessary. It might be done on an energetic level. It might be done on a human level. We don't know. We don't know. Hearth, comfort. So it's this coming back home, coming back to that space of comfort, safety. The emotions are difficult to let go. There's a lot of emotion involved. It has to do with perceptions pertaining to the human life. It has to do with strength and coming out of an element that you're comfortable in. Even if you get comfortable in water and you're a land animal, you can be comfortable in the water, but the moment you're out of the water, it's a different environment, and so you need a moment for your body to acclimate. Have you ever played in the pool for an hour or two, and then when you come of the pool. You're no longer buoyant. You feel the heaviness of your body. Your muscles feel sore. The world kind of feels weird, and you need like a few seconds or a minute or two to get back into a space of stability, right? Unconditional love is kind of what's being presented here. This is what's being reborn. It's a connection with the heart and the consciousness. Remember the Higgs field, right? What I was saying about the Higgs field and these two. Right? It's this merging point. It's a new consciousness that's going to be formed. It's a new perception of consciousness awareness that will be formed, a new perception of the awareness of that connectivity of two separate consciousness merged into one. So celebration, there's going to be someone who's going to try and interfere with whatever celebratory thing, realizations, whatever it is, someone's going to try and interfere. Remain balanced in yourself and your life. That person is just, yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to get so caught up in someone else's issues. Okay. Again, you and your loved ones are safe. Believe in the impossible. So whatever you thought would never happen is probably the very thing that your life is working to make a reality. Nothing will come of this situation, but it's in reverse. So a lot of things will come of this situation. The end of a tough cycle approaches. No. It's the start of an amplification of a cycle that's already existing. So this is something that's been being resisted. This is something that will come to fruition at some point, a time for healing. There will be no healing so long as you both allow yourself to remain in these cycles that are needing to kind of be purged out of your system already. A personal issue reaches a resolution and the answers you need are coming. This is when you'll begin to experience that healing. When, has to do with the twins, the Gemini, right? Geminis are talkative AF. Hey, if you're a Gemini, I'm not talking shit. I like y'all. Y'all my favorite sign. I'm not even joking. You're my favorite sign. But y'all do talk so much shit. It's what it is. Y'all talk a lot. Stop. You know it. You know it. You know it. You know it. If you've never been loved by Gemini, I mean, you're missing out. My senses are constantly overwhelmed by Gemini conversations. It's just like, bruh, like I love you, but shut the fuck up for a moment. My brain hurts because they don't just let you listen quietly. Because I could handle that. If you want to keep talking, go ahead. But I'm going to just be quiet and listen quietly. No, they expect interaction while they talk. And I'm just like, I can't keep up. I can't. If you need me to respond, I'm going to need you to shut the fuck up for a moment, sir. Let my brain reset. I'm overstimulated. I have sensory issues. I got to remind him these things. I'd be like, are you listening? Yes, yes. My brain, it's too much. Yeah. I mean, yeah. He needs interaction. That's fine. Don't let pride get in your way. Like, see, someone's absolutely letting pride get in their way. That's horrible. That's horrible because that's the very thing that's causing the struggle for everyone involved. Adjustments are required, but it's in reverse. So either adjustments are required or or someone hold on. I'm sorry. See, I got overwhelmed by my husband's amount of commenting. I'm just saying. It overwhelmed me. He commented more than usual. That overwhelmed me. Oh my God. He needs interaction. I gotta go. Okay, sorry. Adjustments are required. So in reverse, either someone doesn't want to acknowledge the adjustments that are being required, or there's nothing needing to be adjusted. There's just action needing to be taken, right? So show the world the real you, but it's in reverse. And You're hiding who you are and what you really want. Expect powerful change no matter what you do. Again, that event horizon, right? No matter what, you're going to be faced with what you need to face. So you might as well allow yourself to be in compliance with what you're needing to face. I'm coming to the realization, and I have been for the past few weeks, as much as I get irritated with Michael and Marlene, I am coming to a realization that I have no option but to be in flow with whatever my life is presenting me, whatever situations, connections, conversations, um, whatever sense of loss, whatever sense of gain, whatever it is. It doesn't even matter what it is. Like, I just have to be in a sense of presence and absolutely in flow, right? So it's definitely this thing of making sure that I'm aware of what process and positioning I'm currently in. So you guys need to also be aware of your process and your positioning within that process over the next couple weeks, couple months, because this feels like it's going to be a prolonged experience. Geminis love deep, meaningful convos. It depends on who they're talking to. Most Geminis are just super de-duper charismatic and funny as hell and love to talk shit. Yeah, no, most Geminis that I know, but quietly. They're going to talk shit quietly to you if they like you. If they don't really like you, they're probably going to keep it super de-duper superficial and talk shit about you after you're gone. Tell me where I lied. Geminis, tell me where I lied. But here's the thing. This is why y'all are my favorite. I don't necessarily like people talking shit about other people, but you make it so hilarious that I just can't help but laugh while I tell you, like, stop. Stop talking shit. What's wrong with you? But I'm laughing. And because you made me laugh, you now have extra points. So see, he's laughing because he knows it. Like, we'll be driving in a parking lot and he will see a guy over by the entrance and we're nowhere near the entrance. And he'll be like, look at that fucking guy over there. What did he even do to you? He's not in our car. He's not crossing the parking lot. You don't have to stop for him. And he's just like, he's going to cross the parking lot. I bet you he's going to wait until we're up there to cross the parking lot. I'm like, what is your issue right now? Yeah, he can't help it. He can't help it. But at least it's hilarious. See, look, I haven't put it on the screen, so he can't ever delete this comment. He can't help it. He can't. He can't. He can't. That's the limitation that he exists within. He cannot help what comes out of his mouth. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta teach class. I will see y'all tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for church. Please give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already subscribed. Please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. See? She's like, my Gemini does the same thing. One of my assistants a long, long time ago was also a Gemini. And oh my God, between my husband and my assistant, like, they got along swimmingly well because they were both just so Gemini. And I was just like, y'all are too much. I'm overwhelmed. I'm just overwhelmed. I don't want to talk. I'm overwhelmed. But it was good. It was good. So, guys, I got to get going. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, here for church. Bye, everyone.